everybody! Welcome back. It's Devstream 173, our first Devstream back since TennoCon.
Hi, I'm Eric, and this is Carrie.
Oh, and the circus must be in town.
All right, like we mentioned at the top of the hour, TennoCon 2023 happened.
Yeah.
How do we feel? It's been a month?
It's been exactly a month.
It's great to feel really old when someone says, I started playing when I was in high school, and now I have a career. And I'm like, oh, God.
I think the only thing that could have made it a perfect TennoCon is if we didn't have the heirloom situation go as it did. So I'm just kind of going to speak from the heart here on that. For me, that was really the only thing that I wish we handled a lot differently. And for, if we continue with the heirloom program next year, we are going to be making pretty radical changes based on feedback. The skins visually people loved, but the way we rolled them out really missed the mark for a lot of people. So we did make some changes, and we will next year for next year's TennoCon. If we do an heirloom V2, we absolutely are going to be pretty radical changes for how we're going to release those. So
my cock is so happy.
Let's talk about the update, Abyss of the Goth. Rev, what do you got?
This is Abyss of the Goth.
Oh, lovely.
The Goth.
Can anyone even read that?
I can't see fucking shit out of it.
All right, here she is.
Daggeth.
Oh.
Dagoth? Daggeth?
Daggeth?
You choose.
Daggeth.
We'll also be coming with an alternate helmet. This is the, I'm going to say it wrong, Gansian.
Oh, that's actually...
It is stunning. Stunning
If you ever
work.
wanted to be a unicorn, no brainer.
Oh.
Her first ability is Word Sights. This is a radial from you. You're getting these kind of spectral sides that will target enemies. So you can see here, you can cast it. You'll get a big spin of those word sides. Cast Doom. It's going to be a cone in front of Daggeth, and it's cursing enemies. So these enemies are doomed. The curse lasts a duration. And these cursed enemies get what we're calling the Phantom Wrath curse. So she has a cone in front of her. She's hitting enemies with Doom. If you hit your your word scythe on them, it'll do additional damage. It'll do more instances of that Phantom Wrath curse, which creates this sickle over their head that does additional damage instances.
Amazing.
If you've pressed 3, you have your Grave Spirit on. If you die while this is active, Megan has died. She's now taking a spectral form, which is a instance in where you're kind of truly a Grave Spirit. This has a timer, and then once this wears down, you will have this ability on cooldown. So this is very much a, while you have it active, if you were to face death, you will enter this Grave Spirit realm, and then you'll come back, and then that ability's on cooldown.
Perfect.
And then the ultimate, this is based on her lore that you'll learn from Grandmother. This is called Rakali's Cavalry, which, why don't you just hit it up? Summon a charge of caves. Rakali was Daggeth's loyal companion. You have something that we're calling abyssal beacons. This abyssal beacon, right now it's using a placeholder image of a void key, but they're very much inspired by the original void key system back in the day. They're basically treasure maps to a haunted ship that the Grineer have foolishly piloted their galleon to what we're calling the abyssal zone. The ship's not doing so well. The syndicates all have members aboard, but you can grab those treasure maps and you can run to Ceres and run these abyssal beacon keys to earn the resource from what we're calling Vainthorn, the resource that you use to build the Goth and her haunted sanctuary known as Daggeth's Hollow. Go to the shrine of Daggeth here, and there actually isn't a research step that you have to wait for this time. You'll build the room, you'll have instant access to replicate her blueprints using the resource from the Syndicate missions.
That shit good!
So essentially, this is going to be our first round of companion rework changes. We are going to do a part 2 that will look at abilities. Smida will be part 2.
So basically what we did is they don't die anymore, they just go incapacitated, which basically means they're disabled for a certain period of time. 14 new mods like this, and they basically give, we don't want mods that are just about reviving the pets, because then it feels like a wasted slot to invest just on dying.
Double nice.
A couple times the same question that I really need to address. I am wearing pants. just to be clear.
Obviously, we're going to do live Hydroid rework gameplay.
So basically, he now enhances corrosive. So basically, whenever he damages an enemy by any means, they are now more vulnerable to corrosive in general.
Oh, she's the one, Cole.
He's one, so now it's corrosive because. Yeah, for title search, we basically changed it so it kind of grabs enemies better. As they travel with you, you're also applying corrosive to them, so basically they get even more stacks. So basically, if you grab a bunch of enemies, you deliver it at the end, they're right there in the floor with a bunch of corrosive stacks. And then a second of silence.
For Undertow! R.I.P. Undertow!
Burial at sea. We're getting a lot of F's in chat now. It just took a bit.
So the new ability, basically, any enemies in your view, you can plunder their armor and basically steal it for yourself.
Cool.
This scales based on how many enemies there are and also how many corrosive stats they have. Medic damage, which I found strange. So now it's corrosive, just to go themed with everything else. And instead of flapping the enemies around, which I know a lot of people really dislike because similar to what I mentioned for 1 and 2, it just makes it harder for you to shoot them. Now it just kind of holds them in very awkward positions, as you can see.
Danny, come over to gameplay. Look at her go.
Oh, look at me go.
Look at her go.
Oh, I'm amazing.
Now,
I'm amazing.
what if you just held E?
Wrist is broken.
What if I just held E?
What if you just held?
Oh, let me just take a sip.
So,
of
auto.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
So
okay.
auto melee is as simple as it's just a feature in the game by default. You can choose to hold or you can choose to sequence steps.
Yeah, so there's a lot of icons that often it's very hard to know what they are, especially if you're just starting the game and you're just seeing like little symbols appear, you don't know what they are. So now you can essentially press escape and they'll stay there, so you can hover and kind of understand what they are. Right now you're bizarrely incentivized to have lower shields so that shield gate can activate faster. We're doing several changes. Starting with, shield gate will now scale based on how many shields you have. Not only that, but right now the way it works in live, if you have regenerated 1% of your shields or 99% of your shields, you get the same shield duration, the bottom one. We changed it so now it actually grows linearly. The Cane Dragon Key strategy is pretty bad now. So what we did is we basically made it into, we did the classic mega change into a feature. So we now have a mod that essentially does what the old Dragon Key did.
Also coming with the Abyss of the Goth update on October 18th is Grendel Prime.
It has been so long. Our sweet baby Grendel.
Come on over to yeah. Oh, there he is.
Well, I'ma beat my meat.
The cross-platform save is coming in 2023. That is still the goal. That is still the plan. How that's going to function overall.
Yes, we're doing a merge so that we have, a single source of truth for clans and social under the hood, and the Goth update will unify that.
Yes.
And there will be something the players notice, so I assume that's what we're going to talk about.
That's what I'm about to say.
You go right ahead.
For the Abyss of the Goth update, we are adding Crossplay Clan. So if you opt in, that's going to let you invite players from other platforms to join your clan.
And we have nothing to share on trading or merging right now. We're going to need more time to give you the true facts.
It's only 3:53. We have 7 minutes. What do you want to film?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I'm going to fill my diaper because I really need
Sorry. Oh my god. All right, we will see you in 2 hours for prime time. Bye, everybody!